Hello everybody. Uh so it's Public Slay Zero. I'm back. I'm doing a little play of Arcania, Gothic 4. I didn't want to play it. Not yet. But I couldn't resist. I was trying to get the hang of Gothic 1, and the controls on that are just so crazy. So I figured I'd go ahead and try 4, and I actually really like 4. It's not a big game. I know it's on 360. I'm sure it's on PS3. But I mean, like, it's not that big of a game, and I think it should be. It's decent. I mean, it's gotta be. And like, I've seen a lot of people talk about it's the voice. Voices don't match up. Like, come on, you're gonna let it, like, you're gonna not play a game because the audio doesn't quite match their mouths. And, a lot of people said the voice acting was bad, and I don't. So far, I don't find it bad. I'm in the very beginning though. Uh, this is actually a video I recorded uh, a little while ago, but recently my computer went down, and from what I read online, it's a Windows 8 thing, which is irritating because I had to reset a lot of stuff, and like, I'm still re-downloading all my programs, but I have most of my saves. But I don't have the audio for this one, so I figure while I get everything back in place, we'll just hold ourselves over with this. And I know I didn't get Bioshock done in time, but you know, shit happens. Shit happens when you party naked. So anyway, all right. Starting off as the king in tutorial type mode, and it's a weird. Now I'm saying "and" a lot. Uh, the Yeah, the combat isn't bad. That was right click, I believe, and then just a fight is left click. Simple. That's the way it should be. Not hold, shift, and push up. That's Gothic 1. That's an attack. I haven't quite figured out the story on this either, which isn't too big of a deal, but I would like to get into a little more. But to be honest, I actually haven't done that much. So I think we're gonna do we're gonna finish through with this tutorial. The fighting the skeletons is pretty easy. Not the skeletons. Uh, well, there are a few skeletons, I guess, and then there's like undead and armor and stuff. The sword was cool. I don't imagine I'd get anything that cool for a while. I'm definitely a clicker. I can't help but click. Even after they're dead, I'll click a couple more times. So those creatures right there, those are awesome. They're hard. Well, they're not that hard, I guess. You can see he's not really doing much, and then when he does, I can roll, just dodge out of the way. But they take a long time to kill, and That's sort of where I was getting at. The mages, the enemy mages, those are kind of tough. You gotta get in close, and you can't always get in close. See, I just keep rolling. Look at that. That's skill. That's skill right there. Oh, so has anybody else seen the trailer for the Wolverine? I gotta be honest. I know I talked to one person today, and they said it looked bad, but I'm not a huge fan of the X-Men movies. One was cool, I guess. Maybe it's just because I've seen it so many times. And then the second one was awesome, but it had Nightcrawler in it. And a little bit of Colossus. Not enough to really satisfy, but had enough. So Nightcrawler and Colossus are my dudes. And then X-Men 3, while epic, it was too disappointing. You know, I was in the generation where a movie came out, and it didn't matter if it was canon or if it matched any certain storyline. It was dumb fun. I mean, Jurassic Park before Lost World came out, Jurassic Park was dumb fun. It scares my kids now. They don't have too much fun with it. They get too scared. My boy gets into it, but he's a dinosaur fan. The little girl don't very much. And but you know, it was Jurassic Park was just being able to see some awesome looking dinosaurs on the screen. And you know, that's what movies were back then. I mean, I can name a ton of movies from back then. Like the early 90s, some of the 80s.
No idea. He's in a foul mood though.
Maybe the mid 90s. There may have been a few in there. And like
how about a kiss?
I'm trying to remember. Let's see, Men in Black was dumb fun. To me anyway. Because there wasn't a whole lot, like, I didn't see a sequel in that. I wanted a sequel, but I figured it'd be like all those other movies, you wouldn't get a sequel. Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis. Tell me that wasn't dumb fun. I don't even know who Bruce Willis played in that show. But it was awesome. And, I mean, comedies were at the top of their game. And I mean, early 90s when, Sandler, well, maybe not early 90s, but then within the 90s, obviously, Whacking Sheep. That part is actually pretty satisfying. But I mean, like, Sandler, Spade, Farley, Schneider. Like, can anybody name a movie where there's not one or more of those guys? And it's not funny. Like, you can't name a Sandler movie without laughing. You know, you remember. Kind of like Jim Carrey. You remember those. You remember the movie by the parts. And some of these newer movies, you know, like, well, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, so I can keep those pretty straight, but I know people that don't know which battle happened in which movie. And,
Son, is that blood?
Ninja Turtle, the first two was dumb fun. The third one tried to go for retarded fun. And it only hit on half of that. Just retarded.
It's okay.
Just an opinion.
That's what what you said
Just
last time.
my solitary opinion. Like, I mean, like, there's so many good movies uh, from those days. Mind blowing. Independence Day was one of my favorites. And, I mean, that's another Will Smith, but he was big then. He was a big dude for anybody that don't remember. He put quite a few movies out around that same time. And, Jim Carrey put out 3 hits. I believe, do not quote me on this, I may have to look this up and correct myself later, but I believe it was Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask. Like, those the movies you think about most of the night. Like, nobody forgets a single one of them. My wife does not like Ace Ventura, but I love Ace Ventura. And, I saw that in theaters at, this is going to give away some, at the, old, it wasn't the Paramount in Anderson, but it was I always called it the Paramount Theater, or Paramount Cinema, something like that. It's in Anderson, Indiana, and it's this old place, and they shut it down. But for a while, they had good movies, and then it, like, went down to $2 movies, then $1 movie, and then they just went out of business. But that's where I saw Ace Ventura when it came out. And I remember my mom putting her hand over my eyes during the Courtney Cox going down on Jim Carrey scene. And all the animals are around, the music's playing. She put her hands over my eyes. I didn't like that because I was cracking up already. And then, like, I mean, that tells you how protective my mom was. Can you imagine what she was like when she realized that the chief of the police had a dick sticking out the back? Like, she flipped a wig. I was laughing at everything. And then that's why I put out that the second one did not lose anything. Everything I felt from the first one, I felt again with the second one. But anyway, Dumb and Dumber, I didn't get to see Dumb and Dumber a lot. I saw it once. I liked it. You know, it was Jim Carrey again. And then I went like a long time where I didn't see it. And when I finally got to see it again, I was like, yeah, this movie's still good. But at that time, I'd become a Jeff Daniels fan for Arachnophobia. I finally got to see that. I saw, I'm trying to remember, there's one Jeff Daniels movie, Escanaba in the Moonlight. Yeah, that one. I'm not a fan of that movie, but that movie made me a fan of Jeff Daniels. And,
Don't you?
I guess I do like that movie a little bit. It's dumb fun. I guess I'm not used to that, and that's really the main problem. Is we're not used to dumb fun. The fuck is dumb fun? It's not what we know. And that's a problem for me. Oh, and anyway, the mask was awesome for the time. I don't think it's quite held up for me, but I'm sure it has for a lot of other people. Just not for me. And,
I'll let you pass. Well, I should think so. Listen, Shepard.
People really need to remember.
What is it?
I mean, forget what the game rated in this magazine, on this website. It doesn't matter. Like, there might be something that appeals to you, and you don't want to pass over something like that. And that's why I'm happy that I bought the Gothic while it was on sale, because I never would have seen it otherwise. And I don't, I mean, my life would have gone on, you know, if I never played this. And it's not the greatest game, but it doesn't look bad. Look at this grass. look at the rocks. The pigs that were back there. The little monster right there is a little weird looking. It's not horrible. It's not horrible by any means at all. And, I hit the mic, my bad. And, I don't know, like, I've been reminiscing a little bit, not a lot, but I've been reminiscing a little bit. And, it might be a lot, it might be a little bit of an obsession. That might be a better way to put it. And, in my old days, man, cartoons were great. Movies were awesome. How I could have one person from, well, let's say Will Smith. All right, so Will Smith's big shit back in the day, especially for little white guys, because Will Smith appealed to little white guys, little white boys. I was like 11, 12. Little white boys thinks Will Smith the coolest black dude ever. No offense, didn't like anybody. I'm just saying. And so like he did Men in Black, Independence Day, later on Wild Wild West. These are little boy movies. Like, they were made for little boys. Because it doesn't matter if mom liked it. It didn't matter if dad liked it. My dad loves that shit. I mean, you gotta remain confident within the child and yourself. I love this nerdy shit because the little kid inside of me, and my dad did that. He's still a Trekkie. Watch cartoons. He calls me up, talk about superheroes and stuff. That's it gives you a higher outlook on life, really. Like, all right. Anyway, so Will Smith has done all these awesome, epic movies that little boys are into, and because of that, I'm not finishing any of my things. I'm getting into it. Okay, so mom, dad, and sister they didn't like Men in Black. Listen, for example, well, it doesn't matter because he did. That little boy right there, he loved it. He thought Will Smith was awesome. Right? And so Will Smith then does this crazy, wild, just out there movie. Here's an example. At one point, I was a fan of The Rock when he started doing movies, and he was The Rock. He did The Rundown, and which I liked. All right, but now I like it because Sean William Scott. I've gotten into that sort of maturity, I guess. So I liked that, and I liked what's the other one he did? Oh, hell. He did Walk and Tall. We'll use that one, Walk and Tall. And he did Walk and Tall. While I didn't think it was great. Not as great as the one I'm actually thinking of. It was pretty good. So he did those. And then he did Southland Tales. With Sean William Scott again. Southland Tales is awesome. But I didn't actually like it till after the credits finished rolling. Because I didn't understand any of it. And sitting through the credits let me think about what I just saw. And I still don't understand what was going on in that movie. I don't know. But it was awesome and it was a fun and exciting adventure. But maybe it's because I was a fan of The Rock. That movie might actually suck and I just don't understand anything. But then again, I might be onto something. So let's just say
chase away the wild
This video
What if I
has
do?
been a video of beginnings,
Stay away from Ivy Nut.
and we'll mark it as
The mole rats
a little
again,
discussion
making it
period.
safe again.
Reflections. Alright,
I would have expected it.
so I'll see y'all next time. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And be sure to leave comments. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe you got some awesome ass opinions. Alright, later everybody.